Hi guys, I hope that you're doing well. Welcome in. We're going to take a look at your next 24 hours and see what's going on for earth, fire, water, and air. And I have not been able to get up on the platform like I had been doing every single day just for my circumstances. Dealing with a really horrible ordeal, and a lot of y'all know my story, and so please just keep me in prayer. I will have a bed to sleep in tonight, and tomorrow I'm back out in my car unless somebody step forward and help me in any way, shape, or form. My information is down below, and thank you very much. We're going to start off with earth energy. And today is April the 16th, and I like to do these from evening to evening. I'm sorry if the camera is moving. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to really fix it here before I got started. Hold on just a second. Maybe I can stick something here. Maybe that'll help. I don't really know. I don't really know what's going on with it. It is what it is. Hold on, folks. We'll just wait a minute, give people time to get in here. I always like to say I have freedom of speech and rights on my platform. Just like to say so. All right, maybe that's a little bit better. I don't really know. Let's see what's going on for earth energy. I like to use several decks when I am looking at the next 24 hours, and so we'll build up on this and see what's going on. Most High, I invite your presence here, and I just thank you for your truth. I ask for your Holy Spirit to come and lead and guide and to comfort. We just take authority over every foul, dark energy, every witchcraft, warlock, familiar spirits, anything of the such that would try to wreak havoc in any way, shape, or form in anybody's life. We just ask that you just bring things in the hidden space to the surface for the viewer to be able to get a victory over something for upright purposes. What do you want to bring out here? There's an issue going on out here with you all around some type of a courtship is what it's showing. So whether you're in a courtship or not, if it's not a courtship for you, it could just be some type of relationship. Okay, so it could be family relationships, friendships, and this could be past energies that you're still dealing with in a matter. Take it as it applies, okay? And so you have the Death card with somebody losing their credibility in something. There's a foe out here, a courtship with a message in the next 24 hours. The Crossroad cards, this is, what do I do? What are my alternatives? Where do I go? It's plotting energy around either somebody that you went to school with or your actual child, or there is a baby involved in a courtship with a pregnancy that's secretive. This card has a meaning of no talking about something or something ending or transforming with that. This is stumbling up on some information. Somebody's stumbling up on some information. Somebody's got lost credibility on something here. In something that's going on, because there is communication around you all, or you're the one giving the communication. This is an issue. There's a lemon. Something is out here around something sour that is going on, and for a lot of you all, there's an egg, and so if this is a pregnancy, then there is a pregnancy for some of you all. Otherwise, something just very delicate going on out here in a really big way. Hold on just a second. My phone's like slowly turning. You guys would laugh if you've seen how I have this thing rigged up. It's quite hilarious. Okay, and then something about a parking lot, or just if it's not an actual parking lot, something about your vehicle could be involved, or traveling could be involved in something, or there's something out here attached to something stopping. You're stopped in a parking lot. You do have ending energy here, and then you have the Bible coming out here. So morals, ethics. It's kind of interesting because underneath this foe is the priest card, just happened to be there, and so there's something spiritual going on here, or somebody that, if you go to church or temple, for those of you who do, otherwise just some type of spiritual communication is out here with something with your morals and your ethics and the truth and stuff like that All right, let's get in here and see what's going on with the tarot. Show me earth energy. Somebody's trying to figure out something to do because there is an issue and it's very delicate with that egg. And if the egg cracks, then something's going to ooze. Either with your child or because of the child. You just interpret the energies how it goes in your own life because only you know the situation. But there's an issue out here. Show me more information. Show me earth. Show me earth energy, please. So we have, these all came out in the reverse. You have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So she's a witch in the negative. If she's a spiritual person, she's in the negative, or somebody's angry. She's also the other woman for those of you who've got a courtship going on in the next 24 hours. Something's around, somebody's pregnant out here, something like that. So whatever that is for you. 8 of Swords in the reverse is treachery. Somebody's got lost credibility on something going on. Out here, this reading. If somebody's going to go to jail for something, then somebody's going to go to jail for something out here. That's stuck energy. If you're able to get out of your mind because something's coming out, whether it's an issue or not, something's ending out here, then so be it. If somebody did die, if that's an actual death out here, you have this person burying something in the ground. If somebody's child did die, I send you love and light around something. 8 of Swords in the reverse. You also have somebody's secret that is coming out. So the King and Queen of Wands is here, and they're both in the reverse. So there's some type of a match, but they're in the reverse. If somebody, so I just did another reading on another platform. It came out, stated somebody was married, and we looked in the hidden space, and the rings card that represents somebody being married was there. And this is the other man, the other woman, and another man and another woman energy is here for what this courtship is about. It's definitely here. And the High Priestess in the reverse is the counterpart to the Hierophant card, which is under this foe that's got lost credibility. It's here. And then again, the Bible energy is here. And if somebody's in, that's what, whoever this is a mistress type of energy, then somebody's cheating out here with the courtship in a really big way. The High Priestess is like no talking, but in the reverse, this is like something's coming out that's been secretive, because this is also a no talking. Something's ending out here for you all. It's very much showing that energy is being confirmed out here. Somebody's communicating something with that little message there. So whatever this is, we got people that are angry. These are angry people in the reverse, or you're angry, or I don't know what role you're playing, but something's coming out. And then somebody's making a decision. 2 of Pentacles. It can be a secret physical exchange, and somebody did, and somebody got pregnant and something, and they did cause the issue out here. But this is like, you know, trying to get your balance. Somebody's gonna have to get their balance out here because there's an issue. In the reverse of its energy is, I'm making the decision. Something's coming out. And for whatever this, if somebody did die and there is some type of a legal matter out here, then there is somebody going to jail. There's plots out here that were around something. That's a plot card, and this is treachery. All right. Show me these 2 people, please. That's a preacher and his wife, and this preacher and his wife and doing some stuff out here, I guess, whatever that is for you. 10 of Pentacles, the commitment, the thinking with the Hermit, and the 7 of Cups is a decision that is being made. It's got consequences because something's coming out. And there's large sums of money attached to some stuff. Then there's confusion around some things with the 7 of Cups. These 2 people get around or have been cheating on one another. I don't know who's playing what role in this situation. 7 of Cups is somebody's got many suitors out here around something. Somebody don't have no morals or ethics out here around some stuff going on. Somebody got lots of secrets. Okay? But both of them do, or whatever it is. But there's a bunch of money out here, and somebody's making this choice, and somebody's really going within for something. So the Hermit can also represent having wisdom and stuff. Somebody's house is dysfunctional. There's a dysfunctional house word out here in the hidden pictograph of the tarot. And so it also shows somebody's been trying to catch somebody up in something out here, and whatever has happened, and somebody did seriously die over something out here. Somebody tried to catch somebody up in some pregnancy situations. There's something coming out about it. Somebody's knows the information. Somebody's making a decision. Somebody's going to have to get their balance out of this with this decision that's being made. So that Seven of Cups was in another reading that I did today in a different deck, and it was showing a bunch of people pulling on somebody to make that decision. It had a great big consequence to it. There was a kid in the reverse of that energy, and people were being warned to talk to their kids. There was something forceful going on. These two people would be very forceful energies out here with them in the reverse that way. So whatever that is, somebody is making this decision. And then there's the third party energy here with the King of Pentacles, which is your energy at the bottom of the deck. Whether he's upright or not, I don't know. All my cards are upright. He just happens to be at the bottom of the deck with somebody who's going within between these two people out here to bring a secret out because somebody knows something, or that's you going to bring a secret out on something that's going on. Somebody's going to have lost credibility if somebody's spilling the beans on something that somebody tried to do in a contract, or try to catch somebody up in something, or God's just going to make something come out within some type of communication that's got an issue, and it's very delicate. If you've got the information, you've got to tell somebody about something. May God be with you. But something is sour out here that is coming out about a matter. Show me some words, please. Show me earth energy. I hope you're able to find some mercy and truth, even if you are caught up in something, but you still have your mind and your soul, and you're just feeling remorseful and you're being truthful there. Even if you lose credibility in something, hopefully you can rebuild, and God will give you a testimony out of something. Otherwise, if somebody don't give a rip and they're just a lost cause, then they'll never rebuild. Everybody's falling down sometime in their life, so things take time for you to live and learn. I don't know. It depends on what you're going to do with this. But if somebody is trying to catch somebody up, then there's plots around some stuff. So a truthful person, look what it came out with. A bigamist, that came out the other day. I'm connecting with whoever I'm talking to on this platform. Somebody is married to somebody that is married to somebody else, and somebody in the mix is truthful in the connection and thinking that they're all up in some type of a connection, but that person's a liar to you. And God's trying to get somebody's attention. Somebody got more than one spouse out here, and somebody's a truthful person in the mix of something, or somebody did something with contracts to make somebody try to get caught up in something. Whatever that is, came out the same type of a way 3 days ago. That courtship is out here. And like I said, I just did another reading, and it said somebody was married, and it was in the hidden space. And somebody's married to more than one person then. You need to check your spouses. There's 2 kings out here and a queen. And there's something around plots with this thing, or whatever they plotted, or whatever's going on. There had been secrets around this, but it ain't good. Somebody's overheard something that's been said, or because of that, that's why there was plots, and somebody did stumble up on some information. If you're not dealing with a child, for just in general energies, this is a stumbling up on information. So somebody knows something out here. Again, the communication, is communication. Look, underneath that communication card is a child card. Whatever this is, it is out here, especially with that being here. There is, for a lot of you all, there's a pregnancy situation really big out here, and somebody got more than one spouse in the matter. Show me more information. FBI. Well, there's a death matter out here, and somebody says, I look at you with hearts in my eyes. Okay, well, there's an issue about that conversation out here. There's an issue about something with this. The car lot. Look what's out here. The parking lot. Somebody was talking out in the parking lot. Touched something. I don't know what that. You interpret it. If you're in a parking lot tomorrow, somebody's talking, or you're hearing something, or something's an issue out here going on in the car lot. All right. Interesting. Picked in my hands, Most High, for earth energy. Take about 4 or 5 of these cards, and we'll take a rune, and we'll move on to fire. The letter P is coming out. Recorded documentation is out here. Okay, well, there's been great big contracts today has come out on my platforms. Great, and they're marriage contracts. Okay, anyway, or just something being recorded, something's documented. Something around birth certificates could also be attached to something. Death certificates or life insurance policies could be attached to something that's going on. Something was plotted with some stuff. Okay, a Uranian man, woman, or child is coming out. Somebody with red hair specifically is involved in something. And it says, El Hanora, awesome Elohim, great and mighty, who keeps covenant and mercy. Don't let this be a small thing before you that has happened to your people. Okay, well, something huge is out here that's taken place out here. And this is a prayer. Don't let this be small before you, God. Whatever somebody's done out here in a great, big, nasty issue. Don't let this be small. There's recorded documentation on some stuff. Okay, so somebody's investigated on some stuff. Then they are with this out here. And the letter P is the star card, which goes to exposure of stuff, just to look at it that way. But the letter P specifically is out here. What other letters came out? The letter J came out here. The R and the M could be taken out of the 8th house. And the letter Q is out here in this reading. Is that all? And the letter T is out here. All right? Okay, let's take a rune. And we'll go on to fire. What's the last message, please, for Earth, Most High? So the DH and the TH came out. This is strategizing, and this is calculating things. It's the same energy as the Hermit here. This is also enchantment and stuff like that, which the King, Queen of Wands in the reverse is witches and warlocks and enchantment energy, okay, in the negative of their energy. What else is this? Calculations, things like that. The DH and the TH makes the phonics of death. And so some type of a death issue is out here, or it's just something's ending in a really big way. And so let God not count whatever this is. If somebody's losing their credibility to something, don't count it small on this issue, God. Because somebody plotted something on purpose out here. And somebody's overheard some things that have been said. All right, let's move on to fire energy real quick. Give me just a second to get these pulled up. I hope that you all have had a good day. I've just been trying to keep busy. I used to get on the platform all the time, all day long, and work with my platforms in a really big way. And so it's kind of been nice today to get on some of my platforms that I haven't been on for the last couple of weeks, and just to say hey to everybody. So just been trying to keep busy. Just doing what I can do. Most High, what do you want to bring out here, please, for fire energy? What's going on with them? Show me fire energy. I'm really trying not to hit the table since the camera's moving. So the first card that I'm seeing is the doctor card. I will put all these cards up in the screen as soon as I get them all out here. So the doctor, you could work for a doctor's office. This card also just has a meaning of getting some type of an advice out here. The privileged lady is also here, so that's like the Empress type of the card in the tarot. And so you, obviously Mother energy was really strong in the fire, or the earth reading. We're looking at fire as well. Somebody here in some type of a position is here. You also have another lady card here. So she's any feminine in your life. Could be you. That is a card to tell you to use your intuition on what's going on. The letter A appears on that card as well. You also have a caution. The color orange is prevalent to something. Now we have the car lot and the parking lot. Two different decks come out in the earth reading. Somebody could drive an orange vehicle as well. But orange goes to a caution. because there was a big fat issue in the earth reading. Orange is your sacral chakra, and there was sexual matters that were showing up there. And so if this doctor, somebody's finding out that there's a pregnancy situation, somebody's big miss somewhere, then there's something going on, okay? And there's the Bible again coming out. It was in the earth reading. So underneath this is the tools. Okay, well, the parking lot was there, and tools came out in wording today. In another reading, I've had the same message on 3 platforms repeat itself out of 3 different decks. God was just pounding it all day long today. And so, whatever that is, but the tools did come out on one of those readings in wording, so now we're getting a picture of tools. And so whatever's going on in the parking lot, where you're dealing with a mechanic as well. So, ice. It's still ice, and so the police could be here because we just had FBI that just came out as well, and just all kinds of law came out today on the very first reading that I did today as well. But the death issues also go back to ice energy as well. You also, underneath this card is something red or orange. It's passion, it's anger, something square or rectangle, a vehicle or whatever. You could drive a red vehicle as well. You can drive any vehicle. But anyway, those are 2 colors that are coming out. So underneath this lady, something about a key or things going on behind closed doors. Okay, this tells you that there's going to be clues coming out in this reading for you. And then again, the privileged lady card, and something about money being given or unexpected income is out here. So that if there's a death issue, then there is a death issue. So somebody could be getting a report about having, somebody's got like a death sentence or something like that. Could be read here. I send you love and light. Somebody's got something going on with this energy, and somebody's getting advice about a death matter. This is secret sex, money, property. The money's out here. Sex matters were really heavy in the earth reading. So you interpret this, but this is secrets. Somebody got secrets out here around death issues, secrets around sex issues, medical issues, things like that are showing up. There's that lost credibility in that faux card again. Anyway, whatever that's about, it's really wanting to show itself. Let's get started. Somebody's spiritual is here, attached to something going on. Morals and ethics with the Bible. Show me fire. Nine of Pentacles. If somebody's been segregated here, then there's a bunch of sharks around somebody. Okay, because there is a big fat issue on something that is going on. Jumped out with the Emperor. So this is a boss figure, somebody of importance that is here. Also represents the door. It's the Dalet in the Hebraic language, and you do have the key out here. And since there's tools out here, car doors. Underneath that key card is the clock tower, which this energy comes out a lot on my platforms. That this is like, this is altering things, and key accounts attached to things as well is out here. Then something like that's out here. So, but anyway, there's a headship or a boss or something with somebody professional is out here. And again, the privileged lady and things like that are out here around something. Nine of Pentacles is a single card. And the Emperor would imply that somebody's got a husband out here. And I said in the earth reading that somebody was married somewhere, but the bigamists come out. And so somebody thinks they're fixing to get married to somebody, and you're single. Somebody's already married somebody else for some cases, or whatever that is. It keeps coming out on the platform. But anyway, we'll let this unfold. The letter D, the DA. The D in the letter A is here. Six of Pentacles. This is it. So there is unexpected income out here attached to something. Giving something is out here. This is also somebody getting the scales over their head. Could be a bribery situation for some of you all. Okay, because there's sharks around somebody for some cases. Somebody that's having high discernment. Show me more information. The Four of Wands in the reverse. A marriage card. A celebration card. It's in the reverse. It's going to show somebody's got more than one spouse for whatever that's about. And the Three of Swords is out here. So somebody's leaving the frame. There's third parties attached to whatever this is for you all. Seven of Cups is also here. So making choices out here. Let me grab another deck and see what this Emperor brings out. Why is this here? So it looks like you're going to have to go get some counsel out here attached to something that's going on. Somebody bribed somebody for a death matter out here. It's very unethical what's out here because somebody does have sharks around them on something that's out here around a matter. Show me this Emperor, please. Or just somebody very controlling is out here. Six of Swords. This is, so on the Instagram reading and on another platform, the same exact thing repeated out of two different decks, and this came out in the crossing, and in another deck the boat came out in the crossing, and there is a boat here, and somebody was, and then there was another picture showing somebody was trying to cross over a bridge of water. It was a Seven of Swords card, but there is something about somebody today in a headship where there is some type of contracts, and somebody was pulling on somebody to do something with some contracts so they can get the heck out of Dodge for something that's happened. And there was in the third reading that I did, prison was there in wording, and it came out in two different ways. Prison was there on somebody. There was fugitive energy that came out. The first reading on this platform was murder that had come out, and somebody's got some type of a connection somewhere, or maybe they've tried to use a connection for a marriage little situation to use that to get out of Dodge for something. However it's going down, there is something with this Emperor and somebody pulling on somebody to give them the go-ahead to travel somewhere and go somewhere. Or they did it, or they're fixing it. Somebody's secret's coming out, and if those of you connected with earth energy, something was coming out, because there is somebody losing credibility for something that's going on out here. That's interesting. There's the preacher again, and the King Queen of Wands was in the earth reading, and there's the Bible again with it here. So whatever that's about, there's death matters. It's bloodshed. Okay, there's something very illegal going on around somebody's marital situation that it's bogus contracts of some sort, some death matter because of a pregnancy situation, somebody trying to, catch somebody up in some stuff in a third-party triangle out here. And there is a headship attached to this matter, or some person that's in some type of divinity has some type of connection somewhere in some type of a legal way with the DA or a lawyer or a judge or something like that, because we kept having all that law stuff come out in the very first reading today with that bloodshed stuff. So whatever this is, it is very much emotional with the Ten of Cups in the reverse on this Emperor. But this is about having the rite of passage to move forward. It's crosswayed here in some stuff. Show me more information. Okay. Four Swords in the reverse is a death of a person, death of an idea. This is my going to hell card. Somebody is on their way to hell for something that they have done. I mean, the King Queen of Wands was in the reverse. Somebody has lost their soul somewhere because somebody was crazy. For the last 3 days, that craziness has come out on this platform, and it came out in wording today. That somebody's lost their mind, mental case, split personality, whatever, because what they did, actually, if you go back and watch the earth reading, the word beast was there, which was amazing, because 3 days ago, God said somebody laid down and had bestiality, and today, I talked about that on one of the videos on YouTube. I went over on Instagram, and a totally different scripture about bestiality came out again. And that's why the person's crazy. But in the earth reading, I was going to say it, but I didn't say it. But the word beast is there. And you got secret sex out here around something. Somebody's dealing with somebody who's done something nasty, and they're connected or married to the person, or that person's trying to do a connection on something. Person's nutcase. God says those people must die. And that's the scripture that came out today. Any person who laid down with an animal must die. That was the scripture that came out. They know that whoever I'm picking up this energy with and whatever they're entangled in, they know they got a death sentence on it. It showed it right here. So this will show. Somebody knows there is no counsel for this. There's death to it. There's death to that. Anyway, the High Priestess card was in the Earth reading, and the High Priestess with the Death card makes the word for a beast. And there was something very sexual showing up out here. Maybe your kid's done something. I don't really know, but somebody is going to hell here in this reading. This is my going to hell card. It is not a wish fulfillment on something going on out here with whoever's getting the scales over their head. It's a spiritual judgment. It's a spiritual judgment. We had Adebar come out today, and the Nine of Cups came out in this other deck that I'm using here in this Black Cat's Tarot, and it showed somebody sitting there drinking real heavy, and so Adebar came out, and this is overindulging energy. Somebody's really having a hard time with some stuff. And in the Instagram reading, somebody was bending a kid. Either a kid has saw something nasty take place on something, and they've been bent to keep their freaking mouth shut about it, because God said you did talk to your kids about something. They know something. Something's really bad that's gone on. Anyway, this has something to do with your marriage, or somebody's marriage is caught up in some crap out here. That's why there's a bad caution out here around whoever this leadership energy is. Whether they in divinity or not, something illegal is going on. Show me fire, please. And there's a bunch of people around somebody. A bike connection. There's the government intelligence. Well, FBI just came out in the Earth reading. And I'm sorry. Okay. There's the in-laws there, and there's the electronics wanting to come out. Again, that electronics is here. Key accounts are here in this reading. This is altering things. Who gets to do that? Well, government intelligence is out here doing it. You got somebody in authority out here. Okay? And something's illegal going on. So electronics are out here. And your in-laws are involved in something with that. That also came out in the third reading that I did today. And then I just seen a group bound together, which would show in the picture here. There's a group bound together doing something here. And either a group is going to get bound together in the next 24 hours, folks, and take some freak out. I mean, obviously you got wicked people trying to get away with a crime somewhere. Because we talk about it on the platform all the time. But anyway, there's the forceful communicator right there again. And it showed in picture in the Instagram reading as well. Well, this is what's around you all. And there is danger to this. Because I've seen it unfold all day long, what God's showing. And if you're brand new, a lot of times on my platform, God will just begin a process in the morning when I read. And He'll just let things unfold. And something is unfolding out here. And somebody needs a protection. But in the Earth reading, it stated that something was going to come out. So some secrets are coming out, and somebody's got lost credibility to some stuff. Show me fire. Something about the nighttime. It says that the upright are going to dwell in the land, and the perfect, which is those who keep the way of God. We talked about it today. It's very important why you know this book is even given to the public. It's not about being churchy. It's about what I spoke about today about consumption, and it's very important you go back and you watch that video. I think it's down in the description box below. Take time today. It'll put a good, healthy fear in you, and it'll change you for upright purposes. Even if you lose credibility in some stuff and you're willing to turn. It's important that you live and not die. It has nothing to do about being churchy. It has everything to do about being righteous in what you do and what you're doing with demons. Okay? It's the upright that shall dwell in the land, and the perfect shall remain in it. But the wicked, they shall be cut off from the earth, and transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Okay? It says that this person, or I guess this group, it said a group was bound together, they won't fix it because they're full of pride and they have secrets. They do have secrets right here. They may be trying to get counsel, but somebody's going to hell out here in something that's going on. Whoredom spread abroad. Okay, so somebody's got STDs, secrets around sex matters here. That King, Queen of Wands is pimpish, whorish energy that's also found in the church in the end day that we talked about really, really heavy this week as well. It says that the righteous, they consider the cause of the poor, but the wicked, they don't regard it. Okay, well, there's a bunch of money out here, and the Nine of Pentacles can be somebody using you for your money because you have high discernment. Somebody's using somebody out here. They're doing stuff behind closed doors with electronics, with some type of a connection here, and using whoredom out here and taking key accounts and doing something illegal. Tools can also go to electronical things as well as, you know, the car lot and whatever. For some of y'all's cases, somebody's doing something in the car lot, I guess so. Anyway, career opportunities, positive career opportunities are going to take place for those of you going to get somebody that's going to get the scales over their head and something. I just read that one. All right, let's take a rune. It's like a bittersweet energy out here for you all. We have, so the Degas, which is the letter D, which this is also the letter D. This is a plot around a relationship. There's whoredom around it. And for some of you all, somebody's married and somebody's got more than one spouse. And they just plot around using people. They don't consider the poor. They use them. Okay? Anyway, the Degas. This is a new cycle. And so somebody thinks they're going to come back around in the next 24 hours. They got big fat secrets. You're doing somebody who doesn't have a soul on the inside of them. They're going to hell when they do die out of this realm, folks. Something about your in-laws is up in here involved, in something for some of your cases attached to a matter. You work with this person just because the Emperor is here and we have career opportunities. If somebody's saying, hey, this is a positive career opportunity, and the Six of Pentacles is, hey, take my little bribe, I need you to tickety-tack on something, you're going to die spiritually. There's secrets around this person. Whoever they are, that's a plot around a relationship going on around you all. 2 Ds in the Hebraic language can go to a goat demon. Okay? It also could represent somebody's breast. Okay? Somebody could have secret breast cancer or something's happened around, you know, breast energy. I send you love and light if you're dealing with something like that and you're upright and stuff like that. Something like that's out here around something, and so be it. But there's something very illegal going on and something with whoredom attached to it for fire energy in the next 24 hours. Okay, let's move on to water. Give me a second to put these back in this box over here. So the nighttime, and I'm reading from evening to evening. And I said the other day when I was reading, something is going on somebody's job at night. So those of you who have careers that you work at night, people around you or whatever that is, the boss knows something, whoever that is that I'm picking up on nighttime work. Somebody's boss is involved in something really horrific that's going on. If you're upright boss, then you are, but somebody's boss is involved in something in a very illegal way to allow somebody to do something out here. Somebody's going to have lost credibility, though. This is, I had a Mexican man, woman, or child come out today. I also had Uranian, and I think they're lighter skinned. But any darker skinned woman around fire energy, whether they're black, Mexican, I'm just saying Mexican because it came out in wording today. But any person of color connected to fire energy, whether you're the upright party or not, they're playing a role in something. Specifically in this deck, we have lighter skinned and darker skinned people. And so that she could have been somebody who died as well. I don't know, but she is playing a part for fire energy, whether she's upright or not. All right, let's get in here and see, because great big feminine energy was out here around something. All right. If you go to church with this person and they're in a backwards organization type of a something, because that Bible energy is out here, somebody, the preacher and his wife energy would have been showing then in that earth reading. Show me water energy, please, Miss Top. The stove, you could be a cook. God said in the book of Malachi that it'd be hot like an oven in the end time. So anyway, something about that's a conventional, slow cooking type of energy, just energetically, or something about a kitchen area. We had fire energy that also just came out today as well. There are third parties out here attached to something slow moving energy. A snail is also slow moving energy. So just for the energy's sake. Okay, that wants to pop over. There is a baby situation out here around something that is going on. Hold on a minute. We'll take it since it wants to jump out. It was really, really big. So somebody's friends out here involved in something going on with you. So the dog is loyalty. If it's upright, it's a good friend protecting. If it's not in the upright, the dog, spiritually speaking, does take you to whoredom. It can take you back to prostitution, spiritually. And takes you back to unclean things. It can take you back to same sex, and so can the storks. It came out this morning specifically. It could go either way, especially with the dog here. Dog can have a meaning of male prostitution, but the King, Queen of Wands were both in the reverse. So whatever that is, or same-sex issues out here. Also, the dog can take you back to control freak issues. Jezebel energy is out, and her energy takes you to that kind of stuff as well. Something about something being expected here. Somebody's expecting something around your energy, or you are. Show me water. But there's a third party that is out here attached to something with those 3 snails. And something either been going on real long time, real slow energy. With that conventional oven and the snails agreeing with the slowness of something. Then something's out here. You're doing somebody there is an issue. Because somebody's losing their credibility on something out here. Somebody's going to fly off the handle. Okay? You're dealing with the despair out here. Underneath that card is looting. And somebody was looted on. They were segregated in the fire energy reading. And this is somebody who's got entitlement to some things out here. Okay? But somebody's either expecting to loot on somebody, or somebody's expecting somebody who has entitlement to something to have it back. There's the gold bar and a gift. The gift was just in the fire reading. If that's a bribe, it's going to curse you. So again, you have a friend and all the energies that we talked about, the dog, and the pregnancy was really heavy in the earth reading, and this is communication going on with a friend. Spiritually speaking, there's perversion and wickedness out here, and 2 women involved in something, or whoredom around. Whoredom is there because whoredom spread abroad came out in wording. And then so there it is. There is something about this egg. It's gonna crack. Something's slowly happening. Something's out here with the pregnancy for most of you all, but it's an issue. It's delicate. Something very delicate is going on out here. And that's also edible things with this stove here. And underneath that it says you drink it, or getting into unity with something is out here. If somebody, that drinking energy was also, I think, showing up in the fire reading. Somebody's an indulger there. And we had at a bar come out today as well. And so somebody does want you to go do something, or something's taking place in a drinking situation. Something has been going on for a long time. Something's coming out about a matter, and there's a big fat issue around it. Show me water. Those of you in the upright and get some justice out here, and somebody is going to get some type of whoever's losing their credibility, but you've been taken advantage of. Whoever has been segregated, it's showing whoever's got the right and entitlement to something that is theirs. There is money coming to somebody. This is a good news card. Okay? If somebody's going to do something for upright purposes, then they are. And something's going to come out. But they're showing there's third parties out here running your energy. So this is about being loyal with the Knight of Pentacles. Slow energy is coming out. That's the slowest moving Knight in the deck as well. So very interesting that all this slow energy is out here. Something been going on for a long time. That can represent an energy of something's finally arriving that's been going on for a long time. So it's time to open up the oven. For some of y'all, there's pregnancy, somebody having a kid. It's cracking. Whatever this is. Show me more information. Queen of Swords. She's coming out in the upright, which is good. If she's not in the upright, for some of y'all, whoever's in the negative side, then she's psychopath. These are coming out in the crossing. The past, children, soulmates, Six of Cups. Coming out with the Ten of Pentacles, the commitment, the large sums of money, all that kind of stuff. And then this is in the Hanging, and this is either you're seeing something from a different perspective. It's stormy waters out here. There's a great big... there's some type of looting on somebody out here. This shit, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a great big web around somebody, and that's going to be the World Wide Web for a lot of you all, because it was being shown in the fire reading, somebody hacking in on electronics, and the word electronics was there, and the internet card was there where somebody's altering things. This is a very creative house. What somebody's doing is illegal. Been going on for a long time. Either 3 people or a group that is bound together came out in another reading, and somebody is doing some crap out here, and they're going to lose their credibility. And this is a prison card, and somebody's halfway there, or something's out here attached to the stuff. Somebody's going to go to jail for some stuff for a lot of cases. So that's real stuck energy. This is somebody looking from every angle on something as well, because in the fire reading it was showing somebody trying to get some type of advice on some stuff. And then the Star card, which is the letter P, and the letter P specifically came out, I think it was an earth reading, I think. But this is if somebody's acting or something's guided, regardless of whatever this is. This is exposure or something, because something is coming out for a lot of your cases. Somebody's got entitlement to something. Somebody's losing control over a matter out here. They're losing their credibility for what they've been doing out here, because you've got a thief. You've got wickedness showing out here, and somebody's been doing stuff in a very creative way around sexual matters for some of your cases. So the L and the P is out here. That'll take you to the police here. 1111 is showing right now. That'll take you to the police here in Kansas City, Missouri. There's the King of Wands at the top of the deck. Well, he is here. And the letter J is also here. The Q is coming out here as well. I want to take a look at this Queen of Swords. She would represent somebody very, very sharp. Show me this Queen of Swords. There is communications. It's showing sharp communications, especially with this person who is jumping off of the handle on something out here. Show me the communication out here that's going on in the next 24 hours. Okay, there is a loyalty situation. Somebody's not loyal. It's the same card that's out here. Okay? And because there's third party out here. If you look at this, this is got all kinds of gold and stuff. Because somebody's looting on somebody. Or you're involved in the stupid group. The communication is about somebody that's not loyal. And it is sharp. And they will have lost credibility out here. Okay? There's a little player that wants to pop out. Well, somebody is... They're a whore, 1212. They are a whore. Or the group of them are. Show me more information. The intimate decisions and things like that with the Lovers card. Okay, it's just showing there's third parties out here. And somebody's waiting on something out here. Something's going to be known about whatever that is in the negative or the positive of whatever this is. And somebody is waiting here. It's not quite here or here yet, but for some people's cases, whatever this is, they're going to go to jail for something. Let's get some words. There's investments out here with that Seven of Pentacles, and they're illegal contracts. It says that there's the preacher. We had the Bible come out in the fire and the earth reading, and the priest card was there. It's incredible to me. And then the King, Queen of Wands was in the reverse, and so something going on with that. With the preacher comes out all the time on my platform. as always. Anyway, so somebody says, I want to hold your hand and walk with you and touch your face and kiss you. Okay, well, there's third parties around it. So whether the third party's doing something crazy, I don't know. For most of this energy, it's a bigamist. Something's crazy with it. Okay, something's not right. Something's coming out about somebody just using somebody. Oh, I want to do this or that, but they want to get in somebody's pockets out here. Something went wrong on somebody trying to do something in a whorish way and got pregnant somewhere around a mat, or news is on its way, and it is about somebody who's not loyal. This shows somebody's not loyal out here. Somebody coming on to somebody and then had no right to sit here and come on to somebody who's married. Okay, thinking from the heart organ, the seat of passion is out here. And then a spy. Okay, well, we had the government intelligence and stuff like that come out, and the FBI and the fire and the earth reading. Show me more information, please, for water. Somebody's hand's going to be forced in a matter. There's the grave. Okay, well, death was all over the place in the fire and the earth reading, and somebody is getting fired, and there's the electronics pop out. It is here. Here they come again. The boss was just, look, the word charged also wants to show up here. Okay, well, somebody's in trouble for some stuff. Somebody got a death sentence or an execution with this matter as well. Read that energy that way as well. Because somebody does have a death sentence on them. It was showing really strong in the fire reading. Pick through my hands, must have what other words you want to bring out. It says that you shall not vex a stranger nor oppress him. And somebody has been oppressing somebody in the internet gates. They're going to pay for this matter. Okay, you know what it's like to be a stranger. If people don't think twice. It's all about me type of stupidness. People got a lot of greedy energy upon them. They're going to pay for it, and God's going to not count this thing small. And what's going on. So somebody constantly murmuring in a soft speech while in a continual contemplation over something. It's right here. It's right here. Trying to figure out something to do. Somebody was like, what are my alternatives? How do I get out of a matter? I think it was the fire reading. They're caught up in something really strong inside of that web there. A declaration in the town. Okay, well, somebody's getting charged. So something could be on the news on some stuff that's going on. There's making choices out here to renounce emotions, and somebody better, because if you don't, you're going to get caught up in something. You're going to wish that you hadn't, because something is coming out, and somebody does have lost credibility on some stuff. So for some people's cases, they won't renounce their emotions, and something's going to happen out here. If you do renounce it and somebody flies off the handle and you want to do the right thing, still it shows something's coming out. Some type of an exposure is coming out in the next 24 hours for groups of people. Okay, mental cases. It's come out all day. Somebody is dealing with a mental case. Bad. Greed. Anyway, somebody's got the right to own things. You don't have a right to sit up in here and say, hey, listen, I'll pull my britches down. Let me get up in here on somebody's electronics and let's get into their accounts. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. MK Ultra mind control. Well, somebody's crazy out here because of that stuff. You can read documents about that on the internet with the CIA, with that kind of stuff, programming people. This is stupid. This is a mental energy out here with the 12th house. Has a meaning of that kind of stuff. It says to strive not with a man without a cause, if he's done you no harm. And some people are just spoiling on people, and they themselves, they ain't done nothing. We read about it in the scripture the other day, how people, they just prey upon the innocent. Hey, take a purse with us. We'll give you a little piece of their stuff. We'll just fill our houses with all their stuff. And it's judgment day on this crap. God's fixing to cut somebody right to the pit of hell. He just showed somebody going to hell in the fire reading. So it's the letter E. Oh, the letter E, but it looks like the M and a W. It represents a friend. You do have the friend card that's out. You're involved in something with the slow moving third-party stuff that is going on in a really big way. This is about loyalty, increase, and promotion and stuff like that. And again, somebody has entitlement to their things out here. So something about your friend is involved. Somebody's forcing somebody, or somebody was forced. There's death energies around some stuff. All right, let's go on to air. If your friend died, I send you love and light. There's a real sobering energy in this room. A real sobering energy. Things are really changing. It's a season of change like never before, is what I'm hearing in my spirit. Like things not being ever the same like they ever once were. Big change is on its way for a lot of people. Show me air energy, Most High, for the next 24 hours, please. That was the chef that jumped out. There's the Bible. It wants to come out in the reverse. Well, we are dealing with this energy. We are dealing with that in a really big way. It's hypocrisy in the reverse of its energy. There's the parking lot coming out again. And we had the word tools that also came out. It's really, really big. Show me more information. There's the snake wanting to show itself. Hold on, what did I do? And there's the hidden intentions. Somebody does have hidden intentions, folks. And the snake has really been in the hidden space. And the snake in this deck represents a whoredom energy. So whatever the crap is going on or did go on in a parking lot with somebody, I don't really know. There's the dog. Somebody's friend is out here involved in something. And then you have a locket coming out. Show me air, please. Okay. A change is going to occur. I just wanted to hit my hands. Like I said, a change is coming. And then the journey, traveling. Well, the parking lot is out here. Okay, the parking lot is out here. Something's changing about where somebody's going, what somebody's doing, with somebody's friend. For some of y'all, this is good news. This is some type of a protection around this matter. Whatever your matter is, there's the issue. Okay, well, there is an issue. That was in the earth reading. Underneath that is the purple ice cream cone, but ice, there's a police goes back to that. So again, that's just been really, really highlighted today. We don't have, God said a perversion out of his word with the bestiality, and it'll just speak for itself here. Whatever somebody did around a friend energy with an animal, that's just going to show up. God brought it out in his word, talked about it. It's nastiness. So whoever's involved in that bestiality nonsense, that is a nasty issue. Sour, nasty stuff with that. Show me air. Thinking. This is learning information. Y'all are learning some information about a lover energy out here. There's also an adultery card of some sort. Somebody's friend's involved in something with the church. The preacher came out. The word preacher came out. Somebody's in hypocrisy out here in their church. Comes out on the platform all the time, folks. The Bible is in the reverse. It didn't have to come out in the reverse and the others. It just jumped out that way. But that King, Queen of Wands was in the reverse in the earth reading. And then whoredom spread abroad just came out in the fire reading. So somebody's into something nasty out there. There's a change going on and it's lost credibility. And again, this is somebody learning the information. There's a lot of information because something's been going on for a long time with this sour issue. Okay, and something perverted with this friend. It's probably same sex. For a lot of you all, it is. And somebody's intertwined with somebody who's done something with the beast, with an animal, and they're also getting in bed with the person. It's nasty. Gross. It ain't love out here. But I am seeing that there is a change. Show me the air energy, please. So there's the Queen of Wands coming out. She's coming out in the upright. If you are, you are. If you're not, you're not. She came out in the reverse in the other reading. This is a very passionate individual as well. And there's something here about a spiritual person. Show me more information. So third parties are here. It's raining. Somebody's leaving the scene. There's a change going on out here. Heartbreaking. So the Strength card with the 9 of Wands, having to push through this situation out here, having to have strength to pass from one space to the next. Something. So the door was really being highlighted in I don't know if it was the water or the fire reading, but the key came out, and then the Emperor was in one of those readings. He has a meaning of a door, and so this also has a meaning of a doorway as well. Births and deaths, children. Somebody else has a mental problems come out twice today. It was in these sets of readings, and somebody's rubbing somebody's head here. This can be a maladministration card as well. And so we do have somebody in divinity somewhere in something that is going on. The CH together, the J is coming out here in this reading. Show me air. So, and the letter N is here. This is that there's something by water. This is a river. This is also a prophet. And so somebody's out here in an affair going on in a church, and the preacher just came out and they ain't. It's false nonsense around somebody's stuff in a third party with the perversion. So this is about overindulging as well. Actually, this is the card normally where the angel's holding the 2 cups. And those 2 cups just came out in the water reading that said, you drink it. And we had at a bar today come out. And so whoever overindulging, this is an overindulging energy in the reverse of its energy. This is about healing something. But this somebody out of control, out of balance. There is no healing here. It's sour, attached to something going on. If you are able to heal something, then you will. For those of you who will. But for somebody's case, somebody's going to hell. Because going to hell card was there, and this has a meaning of eternity. Somebody's lost their mind and something perverted that's out here around something going on. It's sad. Stuck, prison, crazy, poison. Something's over out here. There's a word that goes to complete. There's something is complete. Something is ending out here in a really big way. A chain. Something about a chain is here. The L is also out here in this reading. Show me this communication, please, with this dog. It's a good news card. So somebody has to have some type of strength to do what they've got to do. Whoever you're dealing with, if somebody's lost, they're lost. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But if you're going to change something for positive purposes in a situation where there is a sour ordeal, obviously there's a sour ordeal going on, then you'll just have to rebuild in something going on out here. Show me this dog card. The 9 of Pentacles, a single person is out here. This is somebody trying to rebuild something with the Tower in the reverse. But that Tower showed itself in the Lenormand meeting. Somebody wants to alterate something on electronics. And they're trying to do it with sex out here. They're a whore. Somebody's a freaking whore, and they're right out of the church itself. They want to meet you in a parking lot and do some crap out here or something. Then somebody's going to lose credibility. Somebody's going to overhear something because it came out. Somebody's hand's going to be forced in something that is going on, but this says in the reverse, I want to rebuild. So here they come to rebuild something, and it is to segregate and use somebody for their money, because that 9 of Pentacles in the fire reading showed a bunch of people, a group bound together as sharks around a single person using for their money. So here it is again, and you're dealing with a freaking freak and a nutcase. That's on their way to hell, folks. There's caution out here. So the news is, hey, I want to rebuild something. And this tells me that you're going to use your intuition. This is about having high discernment. Or because you have high discernment, somebody wants to segregate you. That's a segregation card. This is knowledge. If somebody is, for some of your cases, this knowledge is coming out and it's bringing an issue and somebody's exploding because of it, and their credibility is going to get lost and they'll go to jail that way. That's what's showing here on that communication card. 10 of Cups in the reverse again. It's emotional. It is emotional because you got the stormy waters. Maybe raining tomorrow as well. I don't know. It's raining here. And it's stormy. It's heartbreaking. Somebody will be getting fired because it showed so in the water reading. Show me air. So whatever you're going to have strength for the next 24 hours, you need to stand in the truth. If somebody's sitting here saying, oh, hallelujah, and they're putting some temptation on you, they're freaking false. And you stick your finger in their freaking face, and they're disgrace. This is a preacher, because the preacher came out. Somebody's fake. They nutcase. Somebody's hand is being forced in a matter. Okay, well, somebody's going to force something with the communication that jumped out with communication. And again, in the earth reading, it says somebody was overhearing something that's been said. So, I don't know. It's an issue out here. It's an issue out here behind closed doors. Okay, well, there it is. And that key card was in either the fire or the water reading. It has a meaning of things going on behind closed doors. So it's out here. So again, the doorway has a meaning of a door. This is the sperm. This house takes you to the husband. Somebody's husband's out here doing something behind closed doors in a nasty type of way with a friend or something. There's change going on. Somebody's going to overhear something behind closed doors as well. Then I guess whatever. Show me more information, please, for air. There's the car lot. Look, it happened again. That's incredible to me. Because when most times folks, you have to make nothing up. God's just going to tell it, the car lot. You have a picture of a vehicle here as well. So whatever that's all about, I don't know. In the next 24 hours, something about this is here. There's issues going on. Somebody's got some news. Somebody's hand's going to be forced in some situation. Family betrayals out here around some stuff as well. Anyway, okay, these want to jump out. The in-laws. Okay, well, there's family betrayal. And again, there's an investigation. And there will be justice to something. There's the movie star. The star just showed up in the water reading. And so either somebody's acting or somebody's, obviously there's an investigation. Then you've got police energy. The DA also had showed up in the fire reading as well. Maybe you are a movie star, and I don't know. You interpret it. But that star did show up, and then there is secret listening. Somebody is overhearing some things. Somebody's going to force somebody's hand and something going on. It's a big fat issue out here. Look, to bore a hole with pain, wounding, and kill energy. Again, it's bloodshed. It's come out all freaking day. Touch not my prophets and do them no harm. So those of you in the upright, knowing the true word of God, God said you don't touch his people. And somebody's trying to force somebody to do some crap out here, or they did do that because the death was showing up in the other readings as well. Somebody's going to go to freaking jail and something. There's going to be some justice out here on some stuff. You don't touch us, people. Those of you who think you can just sit out here and use people, don't think so. People, the true people that walk in the truth, we have promises. If you overstep those promises that God says you don't touch my people, it's a double cup of damnation upon you. It is stormy out here, folks. The letter O, you could be from an O state. This is money, property, things like that, assets. It's also a positive, there is something positive out here for some of your cases. There is something that's guided that is going to be okay. There is good news in the midst of something horrific that's going on around a betrayal out here, okay? It is a favor room. So something positive is going to take place, and somebody's going to force somebody's hand for upright purposes. Then those of you that stand the upright, God's got you protected all day long, especially if somebody's trying to wound somebody, or somebody did get wounded in a car lot, and that's past energy. They'll go to jail. There's going to be justice to something that's going on out here. Okay? So the letter O, let me pick your last cards here. There's a great big separation going on in the earth realm. And God said you would know his indignation towards his enemy, and his hand you would know to his servants. People better really think before we act in this hour. Look at what my hands found, a small vehicle. That's incredible. That's incredible to me. Thank you, Jehovah, for just speaking. There's an annoying little brat out here involved in something going on. Somebody's missing. Okay? There is children's stuff for some of your cases. There will be a freedom for those of you upright around something. It says spoiling somebody, to attack an enemy, to plunder their household, and to take their supplies, and to pray and attack them. That was showing up in the water reading. There was looting there. There is an issue here. If this is past energy, then your family was involved in this matter, and specifically something with your in-laws are out here, and something's taking place out here with somebody stealing some stuff, and somebody's got rightful to what's theirs. And they've suffered a really hardcore situation, this freaking issue that's taken place. And somebody's going to get justice, and somebody else get jail, I guess, because that's a prison card. But this is looting on people. And so something about something being produced out here, whatever that means for you. You work in production of something, and so be it. This goes back to songs and arts, and we got movie star energy out here, and writing and stuff like that. So producing things are out here, okay? The Most High says somebody's in witchcraft, and they're going to be destroyed. Again, somebody is in backwards organization out here. We talk about the church and witchcraft and all that stuff all the freaking time. That's why there's mental issues going on. God says that gives you a line of confusion as well. Look, right underneath that is also another confusion card. Somebody split. It came out to say that somebody had split personalities. I think it was in the water reading or one of the other readings out there. Anyway, somebody in a high position, they don't think that their kid has to face a crime that they have done, it says. Well, the Emperor was in one of the other readings. And I'm sorry, but a crime is a crime, and somebody's a victim to whatever your kid has done. Somebody in a high position thinks that their kid don't have to face a crime that they've done. They've been using connections to get out of it because it makes them look bad. They don't even give a rip about their kid. Don't even give a rip about their kid. If this is a church person that's done something to somebody, they think that, hey, well, it makes me look bad because I'm a church person. My kid's done something. Too bad. You gain respect by being a leader and saying, God's no respecter of person. My kid's done something wrong, and I've taught my kids the way of God. And if they went the wrong way, they're going to have to pay for this. But somebody is out here saying, nah, I don't think so because it makes me look bad. Whoever the person is. But there is somebody in divinity somewhere because that preacher came out. We have the letter H, which is the Hierophant card in the tarot, which would go back to that energies. And again, you have a prophet energy out here in the reverse. And then you also have touch my prophets. And so who's who is out here and who's being distinguished on either side of a situation out here. So you got people that are the real deal and people that are the fake ones out here. The letter H also take you back to getting a download of something and getting a great sight of something. So somebody is going to see something the next 24 hours out here around something going on. But there's also somebody getting some justice for something that's happened. So I don't know who you are. Somebody's hand's going to be forced in a matter, and there is some type of communication coming around a situation for you all in the next 24 hours. All right, folks. Wow. Big energy. I praise God for who he is, and I'm grateful that without him, we could do nothing and be protected outside of him, and I'm glad that he is on our side. And so those of you who are dealing with heavy stuff, God's got this under control. Okay? If you're able to help in any way, shape, or form, this will be my last night to sleep in a bed. I was able to sleep in a bed last night for the first time in about 8 days, and tonight. And I'm dealing with a criminal. I'm dealing with a nasty issue. And if you're able to help in any way, shape, or form, my information is down below. May God bless you. Shalom.